Hey, hey, hey! Hello, Drippy Gang. Welcome to Drippyverse. This video will be a quick trade recap for last week. Had a lot of trades last week. It was just mind blowing. The just in general, I'm gonna go over each of the trades, and then I'm gonna quickly tell you, things which I would like to improve from these, and also things I did well with these trades. So first one is Costco. Now cost, I've been telling since 24th September, around that, you can go watch my videos. I told that Costco was near the all-time high, and you know what, it didn't break this level. It was a double top and then went down here after the earnings. And I was looking to just, I was just waiting for the right entry then to get inside, and then I saw this pattern here, and then I was waiting for this level around 455 456 to break. And I alerted on Twitter, as soon as I saw this one. It was on October 18th, setting up for all-time high. And the reason, I'll, apart from just TA, let me tell you first, technical analysis, right? First, you need to keep things very, very simple here. It's above all the EMAs at this point. It was when I alerted. And if you look here at the volume, ever since the earnings volume, it has been just this is just a accumulation phase. And also it was in a squeeze, and also the momentum was very strong, and everything was looking good. Another thing to keep in mind is that dividend is coming up. So in my opinion, two things happen when dividend comes: either the stock tanks or it goes up. It just depends on the catalysts and macro events. And for Costco, remember, I've told this many times, right? Like, Costco is one of the defense companies where all the value investors or any investor would get in this company, would like to get in this company, because it's an inflation hedge in a way, because everyone is gonna eat food, right? Like, just like Starbucks, I've told this many times in the past. These companies can increase the cost of products and shove it down to the end consumers, the price. So Costco is a no-brainer. So I was just waiting for the right entry, and I got in around here. So now here I put decent size, I would say. Not a lot. Like, I just put less than um, I think I put around $3,000 here in this trade. Now the thing which I told that my target here is 470, and I got the weeklies for this. And as I saw this breakout on the strong volume as well the other day, so I didn't exit my position. And also the squeeze fired to the upside. So there was no reason to sell my position, and my conviction was really strong with this, and I saw momentum was really strong as well. It can go to 500. There is no doubt in my mind that after a couple of days of consolidation, it can go to 500. So I still have this in my watch list every day. But always remember that you could also scale in. You didn't have to go all in. In my The reason why I didn't add more to my size was because I was already in profit, and I had my other trades I was focusing on. And I think that's the mistake I made. I should have added to this position more. I mean, I turned $3,000 to $30,000 in a week, so I'm not complaining. But I could have made much more on this trade, because I've been watching it for a while. So this is what I say: always wait for the right setup. And this was the perfect opportunity to get in. And we're gonna talk about other setups, so it's very similar pattern here. So hopefully you guys can learn. And also, keep an eye on this one, on the break of 485. I think 490, and then 500, 495, 500 are the levels I'm watching. Yeah, but a phenomenal trade, my best trade of last week. And also, if you guys took it with me, congratulations. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is Pinterest. Now, Pinterest, this wasn't something which I was watching flow for. To be honest, I was just looking at the price action. I had my alert set on Pinterest around the break of this area, 51.9, 52 area. And also, I alerted here as soon as I saw the break of that area. You can see here it was 53.4. I think I messaged on I tweeted that it's coming back from a long vacation, because it was moving sideways for a while. There's this big gap here. I wanted it to fill. Well, I mean, of course I didn't know about the Snapchat news. Not the Snapchat, PayPal news. Of course I didn't know anything about it, but my target was 57, which was around this level. 57 was around this, which was basically the top of this wedge. And actually I sold my calls. I didn't leave anything on the table, which I regret, because I was already more than 100%, so I could have kept 50% of my position here. But on that day I was trading something else. I had my limit order set for Pinterest, and I got out. But there were some folks who were holding, and as soon as that news came, this just went like nuts. Yeah, look at that. This is a strong volume, and now I think it's a great opportunity, in my opinion, to get in pins, because this is like retesting this EMA support and also this level 57 area. So I think I'm watching pins every day now, because this volume here was crazy. This volume is nothing compared to this volume. So keep an eye on pins. If it drops all the way to 56, that would be a good buying opportunity, in my opinion. But I think right now also it looks pretty solid. I think it's just waiting for the earnings now, to be honest. We might see it drop more, but keep an eye on this one, because there is this gap here which is not filled yet, which is all the way to 70, and then analyst targets were also 70. But overall I think one person made like 3,000% on this trade. So congratulations whoever made this. It was a phenomenal opportunity, and I don't regret not like being in the trade, not being in the trade. But of course I would have liked, but there will be other opportunities. Let's move on to the next one, which is Nike. Now Nike, it's one of the trades which I covered in my last weekly recap video, and I gave all my reasons and flow analysis and everything. So you can make sure you watch that one. I linked that video in this one, and you can watch it. But it's a very similar setup as Costco here, and also I told that the RSI was looking very strong, and the macroeconomic events along with the this TA was looking really solid. Now mistakes made with respect to Nike was that, so we got in around that day here. It was October 18, I think it was Monday, and some people got in on Monday, and then it was a great day because it was like 100% up. But the problem was that some people didn't take profits, and I didn't take profits completely. I took partially, and the next day it dumped here. And in my opinion, so I was buying the dip here, but I should have waited a little bit more for the retest. But I still had position in it. I added more this day, and the stop, it never closed below 157. That was the stop in my mind. I also told on the group that that's the stop in mind, and I never stopped out, but I should have waited more. But you never know. Like Costco went nuts, and Nike didn't. So I always wait for the dips and never buy at the top of the day. Go full size. Always scale in. And also like the other day was just like amazing, like this, it just broke through this resistance and also next day. So in my opinion, this is looking really good. 165 is so close, and after 165, like the next resistance is around 168, and then next resistance is 172 and 170 area. So I mean, like if you look at the weekly chart for Nike here, look, it had a similar pattern here. It broke down, it retested this EMA, and then it's the very similar pattern here, and it created all-time high within a week. So I mean, like it's possible next week that it makes a new high, so this is on my watch list as well. Momentum is kind of like curling back up again, so that's amazing. And also just in general, like I missed out on this breakout. Actually, I was watching it but my alert never set. This was back in June, but it's all fine. I think right now it is a good opportunity as well, so we'll reevaluate. I would like to see some kind of retest of 160 area, but if it doesn't, then I will wait for the breakout of 165. So again, there's this gap here which is unfilled, but earnings is far. Earnings is not an issue in this one. That's why I like this setup. And this is a power earnings gap if you look at it from that perspective. Like if you create an anchored VWAP here from this low, this was acting as a great support area. And this is why I was also, I had conviction in the trade, because it never closed below this area. So it's all these things matter a lot. And then finally, if you move the VWAP area to this, and this was again, once it broke this one straight up, and now finally, again, there is no resistance anymore. Everything looks great, I mean, in terms of VWAP. And then I'm not gonna go deep in the technical analysis, but this is a very good setup still, so keep that in the watch. And then the next one I'm gonna talk about is, of course, one of my best trades, AXP. Again, something I told in my last video. You can go watch it. This was, I mean, this whole thing, like look, I told about weekly chart. This was on October 20. Like this, look at the weekly chart. This is like aggressive dip buying here, which is a great sign. This was before the breakout. And also, in general, I gave you my reason as well. Like Bank of America told that credit card spending was up 22% since 2019. Delinquencies are low, and also late fees are going up. So, and retail sales were strong. So this is how macroeconomic events play into picture. And this is why I had conviction in the play as well. I mean, flow was bullish, but this was another thing. And also, chart was looking amazing, right? If you look at the chart here, this is like a base for a long time, since 23rd of July, and it just broke out of the base. And I mean, like we got in around like 175 here, and I took some profits at 178 because it hit my stop the next day. But then I told the group to buy next week's 182.5 call, and you guys are already in the money for it. I think someone made like 400%, 200%, I don't know. And look at this breakout on the volume. Squeeze also fired. So I mean, this is again another power earnings gap. Now it might consolidate some days. If it breaks below this level, I guess like 185, I'll get out of my position. But right now it's looking really good. I'll add to it if it breaks above. It also had price upgrade. I'm hoping get more price upgrade on Monday, but looking really solid. Congratulations those who took the trade. I really enjoyed this one. All right, so next one, let's talk about MAT. Now Mattel, a lot of people were in Mattel with me. I alerted Mattel literally when it was at the 18. Go look back in my previous videos. I think around this area I told that I am looking to buy Mattel. Like it was a confluence of the support zones, and also the flow was really bullish on this one. So I got in here and literally rode all this way until this 22 level, from 18 to 22, and been swinging this one for a while. If you look here, this was my, yeah, like this was even one day before the earnings, I think. So already made money on it. But on the day of earnings, the thing I didn't like was that I didn't take profits. If you look at the lower time frames here, on the day of earnings it gapped up, and then this was nasty drop, like all the way to $20, from $2 drop. So you have to take profits quick, otherwise you'll lose money. And I mean, I don't know what to say. Like if you are too greedy, you'll always lose money. So always have a stop in mind. My stop was like around 21 area. So I mean, I should have kept a tighter stop, but it's fine. Like it's not something I regret. I already made money on it, and now let's see what happens you know tomorrow and next week. But look at the volume during the close here. Strong volume here. So this is a good sign in my opinion on 5-minute bar. I mean, it's literally like whole day didn't have, but at the end of day the volume was strong. So in my opinion, there's dip buying going on. At least it will retest this level, and in my opinion there was a price upgrade to 36 area. So that's also really good sign. Still watching this one, but yeah, the lesson learned here is that if you see pre-market it's up and you see a dump in the morning, take profits immediately, set stops. That was the lesson. But in my opinion, this is due for a run, but we'll see. If it breaks below like the levels I told, 21 sorry, $20 level, you'll get out of the position with some loss, but already made money on it, so it's a house money right now, so no problem with that. All right, so another one was Goldman Sachs. Now GS, again, alerted this one in my video as well as on Twitter. I think it was this one, yeah. I think I cannot find. Yeah, it was in the video. So yeah, you can go check back the video again. But again, Goldman Sachs, I alerted when it broke out of this. This was the earnings gap, broke out. This was a squeeze fired here. I think it was around 405, 406 level the day I made the video. And next day only, I mean, like you could have taken this next day, market open, and it went all the way to 416, and now it retested and is looking for another move to the all-time high. I'm watching this one for next week, of course, like along with Costco and Nike, because they think, and AXP, because I think they have a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential. I think it's going to make all-time high. Let's see how it goes. Banks are anyway hot right now because of the whole inflation news. Who's going to profit from inflation? When rates increase, banks are the ones which are going to profit the most. Even Bank of America chart looks really solid. I mean, it just made like all-time high here. So Goldman Sachs is next. I mean, look at that. Yeah, sorry for this mess here, but yeah, I mean, Bank of America is on next level, and I think Goldman Sachs has a lot of room to go. So keep an eye on Goldman Sachs next week. Definitely something to keep like trade, and we can swing this one. And then finally, last one, MARVL. Now MARVL, I personally, I think, I was expecting a bigger move, but didn't happen. It happens. But the good thing is that, I alerted around 65 area, and the next day people who got the dip, or people who bought market, it was up next 2 days all the way to 67, 68 area. And in my opinion, my still target is 70. Now this could be a great dip buy opportunity. It's still higher high, so it's kind of like a double bottom here. So if it breaks below 65.5, this area, This area could be another dip buying opportunity, but in my opinion, let's reevaluate it when market open. I think I would like to see it break 67 area again in order to get in, but it made 400% in just 2 days on this one. So win rate was really awesome this week, like last other weeks. I think this chart is still looking really good. You know, I think it's due for a big move up. It just broke out of this kind of like consolidation zone for a while, and also on a monthly perspective, like everything is solid with respect to this chart. Everything looks great. It might pull back, which would be a good dip buying opportunity, but we'll see how it goes. Uh, my target is 70 for next 2 3 weeks. Also look at the volume. It's a pullback. It's not a sell-off. Like look at this volume compared to these bars here. Green days are more. So these are pivots, and I'm hoping that one of these days we get the move to $70. So again, really strong setup. Nothing has changed with respect to the setup itself. It's not invalidated. It just needs more time for the EMAs to catch up. But again, really solid trade. I think overall, really awesome week. These are the stats. Like you can see. I mean, I didn't make 3,000% on pins, but I definitely made 200% on cost, and Nike 800%, and Goldman Sachs, and all of these. These are realized profits for me, and my account is like 4x at this point since September. So everything is looking solid right now. Let's hope that we bank next week. And thank you everyone for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.